Hello YouTube, welcome to my video where I'll be showing you how to do an oil change on a 2018 Chevy Trax. I have determined that this car takes 4 1/4 quarts of 5W30 full synthetic oil, and I also have my oil filter right here. I have a jack stand to jack the car up off the ground. I also have my funnel to help get the oil into the engine, my ratcheting breaker bar, my sockets, my magnetic bolt holder. I also have my oil pan. The first thing I'm going to do is jack the car up, and you want to find a safe and sturdy spot to jack the car up on, which would either be a frame rail like we have right here, or anything stable enough to hold the car other than floor panels, exhaust work, a transmission, anything like that that could damage or harm anything under the car. So I'm just going to line my jack up right here, right under the oil, or right under the frame of the vehicle. Then I'm going to make sure it is tight by twisting it. I'm going to make sure that the puck on the jack meets with the frame, and it's okay to adjust if you need. Go back and forth. And now that it is in this sturdy spot, I'm gonna go back up here just until the front wheel is off the ground and I can safely get under the vehicle to work. Now that we have gotten the car all safely jacked up and the hood open, we are going to want to identify our oil fill cap, our dipstick, and our oil filter, which is right in here on the driver's side of the car, right behind the coolant reservoir. And now under the vehicle, we can identify our oil drain plug, which is right here. It's this little bolt on the underside of the engine, on the lowest point in the oil pan. Now that we are ready to drain the oil, we can take our 10mm socket on the end of our breaker bar and loosen this up. Make sure our tool is in the off position, and we have our magnet bolt holder and our oil pan right here. And you're gonna want to get that bolt loose enough to where you can undo it with your hands. And now we have oil draining out, and we're gonna wait a few minutes just for the oil to slow down and make sure all of it cycles through the system and gets to the bottom. Now that our oil is done draining, we can wipe off the excess hole right here. Grab our drain plug that we wiped off with our shop rags, screw this down just hand tight, and then give it a few tugs with our ratcheting bar in the on position. And for factory spec, it should be at 14 Newton meters, says right there, but I do not have a torque wrench, so I'm just going to get it decently tight so where I know it won't come off on its own, and to where we know we can get it off next time. Now that we have the oil fully drained out, we are ready to grab our ratcheting breaker bar with our 25mm socket. I also have an adapter, a knuckle, and a 6-inch extension to help me get this off. And now we can remove that cap to replace the core in the oil filter. And we are going to get this just loose enough to where we can unscrew it with our hands. And now I'm going to come in here with my shop rag and pull off this top right here. Now here's our lid for our oil cap. I'm going to set this right over here. Now with the cap off, we should be able to reach right down in here and twist off, pull out our old oil filter core. It should look something like this. This is old, dirty, and black. Now we can go in and put in our brand new one. And our brand new one also comes with a O-ring that we need to put onto our cap right here. So now we can go ahead and replace it. Now I have popped off this old O-ring. It is time for this new clean one. To pop off the old O-ring, you can either use a pick set, a flathead screwdriver, or the tip of a knife. It sits right inside this ring right here. And now it's time to put the fresh clean one on. Now I have the new O-ring seal in the cap. Now the way this new oil filter core goes back on, we have the spring on the nipple on top. We find our oil filter housing down there. We slide this on like that, and we twist it back into place down there. Make sure it is not coming up on its own, and it is nice snug down in there. And we can take our cap and put it right up and over there. Screw it down and hit it with our bar just to tighten it down, make sure it's snug, not coming off on its own. And just a couple nice snugs with our tool again. Nothing too tight, nothing too loose. Just a couple nice tugs until it is snug on there. And we're also going to wipe up all of this excess oil around it just so it doesn't smoke up or cause any problems later. Now that we are ready to start refilling, I have placed my funnel in the oil fill cap area, and my oil fill cap is right here, set straight up like that. And we're ready to begin adding oil. Make sure we don't go too fast so the funnel doesn't go over, and just keep a steady pace and wait for all of the oil to cycle through and sit down. And again, this car takes 4 1/4 quarts of 5W30 full synthetic motor oil. Now that we have added oil to the vehicle, we are going to check our dipstick, and I have made sure that the oil is right up to the textured part, and we do have enough. So now I'm going to start the vehicle, let it run for a few minutes, and then we can check for any leaks, anything, and we should be all set.